I'm a block boy and block boys do block things. I'm a block boy and block boys do block things. I'm a block boy and block boys do block things. Once you in it, then you in it, and there's no stopping. I'm a block.
Welcome back.
All right, BlockBoy SportsTalk. It's your man Vex. You know how we do it, man.
Marco Polo, week 13.
Yes, sir. NFL. It's been an exciting week, baby.
It's getting in the thick of things, man. It's really getting in the thick of things. Got to tighten up.
Yes, sir.
For the playoff picture.
Already.
See who injuries is hurting them for the playoff picture, and see who recoveries from the previous injuries are going to put somebody in some better chances, man. But we're going to definitely get into it. Week 13 recap.
We can start off on Thursday. We saw the Bills play New England. Division game, man. And guess what? Hey, man, Bills came to play that day, man. You know,
man, they got the W, man. New England's been beating on them for years. I mean, Tom Brady's gone. It's the Bills team.
Yeah. Belichick, his mob, he fight hard. One thing about him, great coach. We know. He continues to try to fight, but right now, Josh Allen and the crew look amazing. They're ready to try to make a playoff run, and they're going to be a tough out. And you already know that they've been top of our top 5 list all year long, here and there. So you already know they're a tough out. Thursday night football, that's how that went down. So, hey, shout out to the Bills. They did that Thursday night, started the week off great.
Took the lead in their division, did what they supposed to do. Sunday. A lot of upsets.
Where you want to start?
Let's jump into. I hate to keep starting with Denver, man, but let's go ahead and get Denver out of the way. Pittsburgh beat Atlanta. That wasn't about nothing.
Yeah.
But we're going to go ahead and jump into Denver. It was a tight defensive game.
Also,
Lamar got hurt. Lamar got hurt.
Yes, that was the one thing because we talked about. We started off. We just talked about injury.
Yep. And
he has a sprained knee, and they're talking it's week to week right now for him. It doesn't seem like he may be out for the season, but they're not sure yet. So, speedy recovery to Lamar. He bet on himself coming out this year for trying to get his money together as far as getting his contract. So we wish him well up there. They were able to still come out victorious.
Yeah, what the Denver Broncos, what they were saying is they're trying to file a different W-2 this year to see if they can get some money back for us.
Don't tell the people. They may actually look that up. They can file a W. They can't file shit. Don't you worry about that.
Supposed to get a 20% premium back on.
No, it is what it is.
Performance calls.
Listen, I told you last week who they were. The Denver Broncos. Their season is done. Denver. It is what it is.
Moving on, we're worse. From the worst 3-9 team to the best 3-9 team in the NFL, which is the Chicago Bears.
The best 3-9 team?
They're the best 3-9 in the team.
Okay, we'll go with that one.
Maybe let's have the transition.
Okay, all right, but that's
from
cool.
the worst 3-9 team to the best. Because Justin Fields, I mean, that's the best. That's my assessment.
Yeah. I think Justin Fields is going to be a great quarterback in this league. Watch out for him. He may make a transition, as you saw Jalen Hurts last year, who was showing signs of being good and has made a hell of a transition this year. And I think Jalen Hurts is on his. I think Justin Fields is on his way to go in the same direction. However, if you feel it, if it's dirt on your shoulders, brush it off. Aaron said, "Listen, y'all gonna stop burying me." He brushed it off.
He brought the AR out to play. He his favorite target.
Christian Watson. My goodness.
If you do not know the guy, you know him now. 7
touchdowns last 4 games. He likes to throw it to him. And Aaron he said, "You will not bury me yet." He said it's not over with. So the Green Bay Packers still have life, although in their division, they still got to get over the Vikings, who had a hell of a game against the Jets. Mike White came out there, hell of a game. The Vikings have shown that, hey, listen, y'all don't want to talk about us, y'all don't want to put us in y'all top 5s and whatnot, but guess what?
I've been keeping them in my top 5.
The Vikings, my friend, are 10-2.
They're real.
Yeah.
They're real. And they escaped the tough one with the Jets because the Jets has not been playing
top
stellar ball all year.
Yes, sir.
They've been unsuspected. They've been asking to put some respect on their game, on their name, and they had a good chance. They had an awesome chance to pull it off.
They definitely had a great chance to pull it off. Mike White, he may be their quarterback in the future. He's been playing tough out there. Great game. Of course, you know your cousins, your family out there playing. Family still out there playing good. Kirk Cousins, his favorite target, Justin Jefferson, they still play good. In that same division. Wow, man, I think they still scoring points. The Lions, they are telling you, listen, we might have hit a few bumps in the road early, but the Lions are here to try to do something in that division as well.
They played Jacksonville.
They played Jacksonville, but they walked the dog on it.
They blew the doors off.
40-point game is tough up there, and they got their defense is playing tough. And I'm here to tell you,
They've been looking good.
you don't really want to play the Lions right now. They playing tough. They came out, so up there they're gonna have a little bit of fight up there in the division to see who's gonna come fighting for second. Because like I said, I believe the Vikings had that one pretty much locked down.
They smacked them around. Speaking of tight games,
Okay.
the Commanders.
Oh my goodness!
Nobody really want to see the Commanders right
How y'all doing out there?
The Commanders come out with the win, lose, nope, they got the draw.
Wait a minute. They didn't lose.
They didn't lose, man. The streets was quiet. Commanders fans, they know how to feel. It's
Same
a
with
draw.
the Giants.
It's a draw.
They played the Giants.
It was a really good game, though.
Hard-fought game, went into overtime.
A lot of people really don't want to
Going
see
to
the
a draw.
Commanders right now.
Heineke, I think, is still their future quarterback right now. Currently, their defense still plays well. The Giants, they seem to be in a situation where they're trying to still fight for a playoff hope. They're still in the wild card hunt, as well as the Commanders are as well. That was a hard-fought game. We'll see how that tie plays out later in the season. When it comes down to trying to do what they do. They're in the toughest division in football currently, with Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Cowboys, the Giants, and the Commanders.
All four teams
are vying for playoff positions, so that's going to be tough.
They are all tight.
And we went to there, but you know what? I want to talk about the return of the map. You know what I mean? After 11-game suspension, Deshaun Watson returned to the Cleveland Browns, and he looked like a guy who hadn't played in a couple of years. Honestly, I mean, that's what he looked like. I saw flashes. I saw him move around in the pocket. I seen him do what he did, but they had great defense. Nick Chubb, they got a running game. They got players up there, and of course,
it was easy. It's something.
The Texans. The Texans are, looking out the window.
So we got that was the big story in Cleveland. We got to see Deshaun.
Got to see Deshaun play, you know what I mean? And
let's move on to the Philadelphia, the #1 team in the according to statistics in the NFL, taking on the Titans, who was in top 5 a minute ago.
And you would have thought that would have been a tough game, and it didn't look tough at all.
Doors off the people, man.
The Philadelphia Eagles, my friend, look like a team that wants to win a Super Bowl. I'm just going to be honest with you. Jalen Hurts is playing great. They got defense at all three levels. Linebacker front, they got great receiving core. I think he's really in tune to AJ Brown. I mean, it's going to be tough. They're going to be a tough out. They look good. They was able to kind of cruise control against a team that I thought.
I believe is the top 10.
Yeah, definitely.
In the NFL all the time, and like you said, they was on cruise control.
And speaking of other teams that I think are very top tier in the NFC, the 49ers. Hey man, they've got a stellar defense, and unfortunately, out for the season is Jimmy Garoppolo.
And they had a tough game in the beginning against Miami.
Tornado Tour. We've been telling y'all that's his name. Tornado Tour. He didn't play horribly, but he didn't play great.
He played good in spots. He played bad in a lot of spots.
Exactly.
A lot of interceptions, a lot of bad decisions, quick bad decisions.
Yes.
And it's against one of the best defense in the NFL.
Yes.
Bosa was in the backfield like he was running back.
In the huddle. He was in the huddle. He was calling the play. Ready, break. Yes. So that was what happened with the Niners. Niners defense still strong. We want to see how it happens. Their backup quarterback came in and played. Brock played great coming in in the backup role. We'll see how it is. A little film get on them, and let's see how they adjust. They got a great coaching staff out there with Shanahan, and then let's see how they can play coming up in the future. It's going to be a great look. But I think it took the Niners down a tier
I believe
from where they were.
I definitely believe so too.
Without
I mean, it's
Jimmy
similar
G.
to a Cooper Rush and Cowboys type of thing. It's still a
Exactly.
good ball team, but it's not with that. You see,
Little
they're
bit different.
putting out a whole, like I predicted in the beginning of the season. They put out a whole lot more points with that.
Uh-oh.
So
So are
same
we-
thing with Garoppolo versus this guy. He missed a couple of clutch passes, even though they got the W, but he didn't look Garoppolo like.
Right.
So with them, with teams coming at him, if I was a coach coming at him, I'm going to bring heavy pressure. So we'll see what goes.
I'm putting 8 in the box and I'm gonna make him throw.
Yeah, I'm
Let's
making
just see how that plays out. And since you want to bring up Dak, my goodness, the Sunday Night Massacre. I mean, that was. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Let's not get to Sunday night. We got to get to the other upset first.
Oh,
Not necessarily upset, but the was I remember one last week. Casey,
Oh, I'm sorry.
your
I'm
man
sorry. I
Mahomes.
apologize. We
You
went
can
too
talk
fast.
about your man Mahomes.
Oh man,
my
you're right.
homie.
You're right. Patty cake.
Patty
Oh
cake.
my
Your
God,
man
I'm sorry.
Mahomes.
You're right, patty cake. How can we not get into Joe Cool
Hey,
Burrow? Show me the money,
Cool.
Burrow. He seems to be who's your daddy Burrow at this point because he seems to own the Kansas City Chiefs and patty cake Pat Mahomes. Man, that was a tough game. They came out there.
I missed that before the game. You know that they own the Chiefs like that.
Yes, this is their
Joe
third
Burrow
victory in a
is
row.
not scared
At
of
all.
the Chiefs at all.
At all.
I don't know what it is, but he played good ball. He been playing.
Mama, they go that man. That's what that looked like.
And we were just talking about that. Which is like Cincinnati, they was trying to creep up, and we were just talking about
Yes,
that.
sir.
And
Yes, sir.
With this big of a win, it was a tight win. But they got the W. They had
Right.
to put up 27 to do it, which you know.
Mhm.
You're not going to beat them with 21 points.
Right. No question.
And they got the upset. Not necessarily really upset, but they got the W.
They got the W, and it's not an upset because the Cincinnati Bengals are a tough mob. I mean, they did go to the Super Bowl last year, so that's showing you that they're a great team, and they're going to be reckoned with in the AFC. And it's clear and evident that Kansas City has a dog that they're going to have to fight with if they think they're going to get to the Super Bowl. Because I'm trying to tell you, Cincinnati Bengals are not to be messed with in the AFC right now. So.
And on that note, they still have our division wrapped up. The Raiders
Who?
beat the Chargers.
Who?
The Raiders. The
Who?
Las Vegas. I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we since it is football, we gonna mention it. Yeah,
The Raiders beat the Chargers. They upset
They
the Chargers.
did.
So that leaves Kansas City with a long enough lead. They can lose 2 more games and still win the
Right,
division. That's all enough to see.
right.
Moving on to Monday night.
Wait a minute, we still didn't complete the Sunday Night Massacre.
Oh, the Sunday Night Massacre.
You're not gonna get away with that. I'm gonna talk about my mob, damn it.
They playing with a deck with 2 jokers.
We gotta talk about my mob.
They playing with a deck with 2 jokers,
My
and
goodness.
the horseshoe in Indianapolis
Listen.
did not help.
Listen, man. I say no to drugs, but I'm trying to tell you, they cut the blood open and they put a whole bunch of Colts in there and rolled it up and smoked them. I'm trying to
those
tell
who
you.
do not get that reference, that's 54, man. That's a deck of cards.
Yeah.
That's 54.
Yeah.
That's what they put up.
Yeah.
And the horseshoe
Mm.
in Indianapolis, it did not help no luck at all.
Yeah.
Andrew Luck. No. But anyway.
Matty melted ice. That's what happened. He got ran out of there. Matty, that was a terrible thing. The
Zeke-
Dallas
Zeke
Cowboys.
looked good.
currently-
Everybody looked good. Everybody got a check. Like everybody came to the party. They had enough food, enough drinks, enough women.
We're talking about teams that look like they're prepared to go deep in the playoffs. Right now, that and what they've done since Dak has came back, being a high scoring team that looks like a team that looks to go poised to be deep in the playoffs.
As I stated, they were
We'll
already
see.
going to be averaging over 30. They went from 30 to 40 to 54.
Yeah.
Who they play next week?
Oh my, the Texans.
Oh my God.
The Texans.
Hey,
Hey man, look at click. I think I saw Michael Irvin do this one time. They over there.
Hey,
How much for one rib? They looking at
I
chop.
think Cooper Rush is warming up.
Yeah, they might just start Cooper Rush and let them play the Texans.
Yeah, let them play the
Because
Texans.
they gonna blow the doors off the Texans. Let's just keep it a buck.
I mean, the Cowboys are playing.
Let's just keep it a buck. They playing lights out football right now, and we're gonna see how that goes into the future. They do not give you any trophies about winning in the regular season. So let's see how it goes. Because it's
remembers
bigger fish
the
to
regular
fry.
season.
Bigger fish to fry.
Moving on to the Monday night game.
Ooh, wee.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Tom Brady the GOAT.
Did New Orleans win? Oh no, they won if it was if it was only 3.5 quarters.
Man, they won most of the game.
If it was only 3.5 quarters, they won the game. But
Tom he said he had to join Aaron Rodgers and show y'all like, yeah, I still got it.
Dust the dirt off. We've been trying to bury him for like the last. How many weeks we keep putting him in the grave?
Yeah, every week.
Every week we put Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady.
And he's right at there right now at 6-6. Win one, lose one. Win one, lose one. Win one, lose one.
I'm just saying.
That's not leave because they still in the top of that division.
Sir.
Don't leave them hanging around.
Hanging around their division. And nobody wants to win that division. I mean, you got cats that's 4-8 that can still come back and win that division. That's crazy. But Tampa Bay, I mean, if I ain't know no better, it was like they yawned and said, you know what, let's let them get out front and we'll just come back.
Even with the last couple of seconds, they thought they scored a touchdown. He still got 9 seconds. No worries. All right,
we'll go get this.
That's what I do. I don't do that no.
Listen, for those that bet, it was plus 3,400 with 5 minutes left in the game that you could have bet on Tom Brady to come back and win that game. You know what I mean?
That'd have been some easy money. Easy money.
Amazing. Tom Brady, the GOAT. I mean, what can you say about that, man? And
with that being said, let's be ready to jump into our top 5. That's what we do right about this time. And as we state before, our top 5 is not based on football stats, this and that. Based off who we pick, who we think is the toughest to beat according to us.
Right now.
Marco and
already.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm gonna jump right into my top 5. We're gonna do the same way we did last week. We're gonna jump 5, 4, 3, 2, and the 1.
Right.
And I have a surprise stellar number 5. As I said, it's not according to football stats. Who is the toughest? Who y'all do not want to see?
Okay.
I got the Washington Commanders at number.
Security. Security. Somebody
say what.
Somebody got my man.
Well, how many games they won in a row before this draw? The Washington Commanders. I'm looking at who you don't want. Heineke and Fred. Yes, I did. I said the Washington Commanders at number 5. Number 4. My cousin in them. Kirk Cousins in Minnesota.
The Vikings. Okay.
Hey, man, it's enough said. I shouldn't even have to get into that. They doing what they doing. Number 3. Hey, man, they just beat your boy, Mahoney and them, man. Cincy, man. They're moving on up on the ropes, man. Joe. Don't nobody know Joe, man. Don't nobody know what's going on with Joe, man. But he like the W's, man. And I think he gonna get at least 11 wins.
Okay.
Cincy.
Okay.
Number 2, the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys.
Number 2. Top.
Dacking them, man.
They put up a 50.
Lights out football. They put up a whole deck of cards with the Jokers. And the rest of that season, they almost clutching in as well as Philly. The rest of that season, their schedule is not that hard. So if they rest their players and do what they need to do, they should have a good run in the playoffs. And number 1, Jalen Hurts and Philadelphia Eagles. He's playing MVP lights out football right now. I believe he's almost got it in the bag with this loss from KC. I believe Jalen Hurts got if he gets at least 2 more W's.
Oh yeah, no,
he got the MVP loss.
I can't argue that too much.
So that's my top 5.
That's your top
for this week.
That's his top 5 for this week. I have no idea how he has the Commanders on there. I mean, there are teams far superior.
I like the San Francisco
that has a backup quarterback playing. I don't think
it's going on.
Whatever.
Buffalo. Anyway.
Let me tell you my top 5. And I mean, again, that was his. That was his.
That's my non-biased.
So here's my top 5, and I probably would have had my 5th higher up the list, but their quarterback got hurt, and I got him at number 5 is the San Francisco 49ers. Their defense is lights out. It is unbelievable. They fly all over the field. They got it at every level. I like to see them play hard. They play great. I want to see what happens with their backup quarterback coming in, but you don't really want that smoke. My number 4 is the Bills. Now, you would say, well, damn, why they down that far? Which is still kind of high. They ain't my top 5. Number 4, but they played New England this week, and honestly speaking, New England is a middle of the road, middle of the pack team. I think you really should have walked the dog on them a lot worse than what you did. But you are a team that is definitely be reckoned with on that Super Bowl run in the AFC. You're definitely top tier between you, Cincy, and Kansas City. So definitely there. Speaking of the top 3 in the AFC, the way I'm going with it, is the Cincinnati Bengals. They have jumped into my top 5. They've punched my homie in the face. and listen, and they showed you that they ready to go back, and they played it with a little bit of attitude. Let me see how they do coming up. So I had to have them in my top 5. Also, going to my number 2 of the week. Now, some of y'all gonna fight me. Go ahead, put it in the comments. It's okay. It's okay. My number 2, and it isn't even lacking like that because I got reasons. And my reason is Jalen Hurts is an unbelievable quarterback. He's came into the league and has shown that he's great. Philadelphia Eagles are dominating right now. They don't even look like anybody's in their way breaking a sweat. However, I got them at my number 2 behind my number 1. And I got to go with my number 1 with being Mama, the Dallas Cowboys. Right now, currently, they're the best one. Because, I mean, listen, the Cowboys right now have it all together. All 3 teams, special teams, offense, and defense. They're pretty much running rampant right now. They lead the league in scoring right now. Their defense also is top 5 in defense. Listen, on top of that, they played the Philadelphia Eagles without their starting quarterback and gave them a run for their money. So we'll see how that plays out the next time they play. That's my top 5.
This has definitely been BlockBoy SportsTalk. Elaborate a little bit more.
Yeah.
My top 5, don't forget, the Commanders did beat the number 1 team. That plays a little bit also into my top.
Okay.
I just to bring that back. But this has been BlockBoy SportsTalk.
Right.
Definitely tune in to BlockBoy Box Talk. That's coming out shortly with all these fights coming up.
Yes.
Like, comment, hate, subscribe, leave
Already.
your top 5. I'm gonna say that
leave
one
your
more
top
time.
5. I ain't seen nobody leave your top 5 yet. What's
Like,
wrong?
hate, comment,
Leave your top
subscribe,
5.
and leave your top 5.
Leave your top 5. Holla at your boy, man.
That's your boy.
Y'all already know how we doing it, man. BlockBoy SportsTalk. Your boy Vex, your main man Marco, man.
Peace.
We gonna get y'all right, man. The Commanders, though?
Yeah, the Commanders, man.
Top 5?
Man, top 5, man. Hey,
All right.
they done lost the game, then, you know.
Block boys do block things. I'm a block boy and block boys do block things. I'm a block boy and block boys do block things. Once you in it, then you in